call their own. That final playoff score again, 27-6. There's no new word on the lawsuit brought by the Reverend Q.T. Bennett against the Chincopein Parish Board of Education. The Reverend, who's pastor of the Riverview Baptist Church, has filed suit claiming that the use of the devil as a mascot for our high school team encourages satanic behavior in the youth of our community. When reached for comment about the Reverend's lawsuit, Devils head coach Waddy Thibodeau said, and I quote, "Tell him to go to hell."
Sorry, honey. You know I would if I could, but
Halloween sweepstakes, sponsored
I just can't today.
And Mar-Million This is Bench wins it all.
I could fit you in first thing Monday.
In Baton Rouge. And the
Okay,
best
fine.
plywood from
See you then, Susan.
The finest plywood money can buy. If you're going out today, bundle up. We'll be doing good to get up to 39 degrees.
39 degrees? Truva, you were right.
It is way too cold for this time of year. I'm going to write a letter.
I don't like it one bit. I turn blue when it's this cold, and blue isn't in my palette.
Anne Boleyn had 6 fingers.
Who's Anne Berlin?
Anne Boleyn. She was one of the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
I never watched public television.
She had 6 fingers.
What happened to the other 4? She had 11 total. Are you trying to confuse me? What are you talking about?
This article says she had 6 fingers on one hand. So she had all her dresses made so that the sleeves hung down to the fingertips so she wouldn't look weird.
Reader's Digest is a font of useful information.
Clary, I just love my new scarf. You are so thoughtful. Really jazzes up this outfit.
The only thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize.
And I just want to spray a little more of my French perfume. I just love it when the smell fills the air.
Honey, don't waste it. That stuff ain't cheap.
Save it, honey. We're gonna have to burn our clothes as it is.
I'm just so touched that you remembered us.
I had a ball shopping. I don't care what anyone says, the French people are very friendly, and most of them have the courtesy to speak English.
Oh, and I love Weezer's too. I may need to borrow that sometime.
You're welcome to it.
You don't like it, do you?
It's perfect for me. Print this busy will never show dog hair.
My feet are like 2 blocks of ice.
Oh, this tastes like it was made of rubber tack.
Oh, and Neil, remember to get the new thing for the Mr. Coffee.
Have any of you seen her this morning?
I haven't. I went directly to the house when I got in. Only the boys were there.
Do you think she'll come by?
I doubt it. I'm sure her hair is the furthest thing from her mind.
Who knows what's on her mind? But she may need something, and I wanted to be here for her.
Glad you stayed open today.
How are the boys?
As well as can be expected.
My husband and I are taking some barbecue over there later.
I have never seen so much food.
You can never have enough at times like these. My husband's back at the apartment cooking up a storm. He's convinced his red beans and rice will make everyone feel better.
Maybe he's right. That's why it's called soul food. I may need to borrow his recipe.
Oh, you'll have to ask him. Sammy runs me off whenever he starts cooking. That kitchen's so tiny, he's scared to hit me in the stomach with a spatula.
When are you moving, Anita?
Next month.
Oh, you had to say something. Oh, makes me so upset that she's moving away now that I'm about to be a semi-grandmother.
Truby, it's just down the street. A hop, skip, and a jump. That apartment's so squunched, Sammy and I have to step outside just to change our minds. You're toying with me, aren't you?
A little bit, not a lot. I guess it's just me and the old man.
Truby, be thankful. You'd miss him if he were gone.
He actually got up off the couch and said, "Let's go out to eat." Well, when I came to, I said, "What's the matter?" I thought Deputy Dog had been preempted. Then he tells me he's got a good shot at doing the electrical contracting for the new college library. I'm not supposed to tell nobody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome home, Clarice. How was Paris?
Perfectly beautiful. I ate too much. I brought you something pretty.
You shouldn't have. Oh, don't turn Shelby's radio off. I like the noise.
There's special programming today. I had Jonathan go down to the station and pull music that Shelby would have liked, and they're going to play it until noon.
He told me. I think you might be surprised at some of the stuff you hear.
That's okay. It's for Shelby. Melinda, just tell us, what can we do?
Thank you. Truvy, you think you can work a bit of magic? I know I look like 10 miles of dirt road.
Let me get my wand and my fairy dust. How are you doing?
Fine. I'm a little worried about Drum, though. The boys got him last night. I really don't know how they're doing. Jackson is Jackson. And he does have his hands full with Jack Jr. I'll admit it's hard to be somber with a baby running around.
Lynn, I'm beside myself. Wasn't Shelby fine when I left? Can you talk about it?
Oh, sure. Basically, after the transplant failed, Shelby went back on dialysis. You knew that. She'd been doing fine the last few months. Then last Monday, everything went wrong. It was like dominoes. They thought they could correct things with a little surgery. As they wheeled her down, she said, "Mama, I'm gonna feel so good when this is over." They gave her the anesthetic.
In a way, she was right. Maybe she knew she was going to be with her king.
Yes. And now maybe so.
Well, we should be rejoicing.
You go ahead. I wish I could feel that way. Guess I'm just a little selfish. I'd rather have her here.
Oh, Miss Malin, I don't mean to upset you by saying that. You see, when things like this happen, I try very hard to make heads or tails of it. I think in Shelby's case, she wanted to take care of you, of that baby, of everybody she knew. And her poor body was just worn out. It wouldn't let her do all the things she wanted to do. So she went on to a place where she could be a guardian angel. She will always be young. She will always be beautiful. And I personally feel much safer knowing she's up there on my side. I know some people might think that sounds real simple and stupid. And maybe I am. But that's how I get through things like this.
Thank you, Annelle. I appreciate that. And that really is a good idea. Shelby, as you know, would not want us to get all mired down and wallow in this. She would look on it as just one of life's occurrences. We should get on with it the best way we know how. That's what my mind says. I wish somebody would explain it to my heart. Oh.
Tommy says you didn't leave her side.
Well, I wasn't in the mood to play bridge. I couldn't leave my Shelby. It's interesting. Both the boys were difficult births. I mean, I almost died when Jonathan was born. Very difficult births. Shelby was a breeze. I could have gone home that afternoon I had her. I was thinking about that as I sat next to her while she was in the coma. I would work her legs and her arms to try and keep the circulation going. I told the ICU nurse we were doing our Jane Fonda. Stayed there. I kept on pushing, just as I always have where Shelby was concerned. Hoping she would sit up and argue with me. Finally, we all realized there was no hope. Oh, at that point I panicked. I was very afraid I would not make it through the next few minutes while they turned off the machines. Drama couldn't take it. He left. Jackson couldn't take it. He left. It struck me as amusing. Men are supposed to be made of steel or something. But I could not leave. I just sat there holding Shelby's hand while the sounds got softer, the beats got further apart, till all was quiet. There was no noise, no tremble, only peace. I realized, as a woman, how lucky I was. I was there when this wonderful person drifted into my world, and I was there when she drifted out. It was the most precious moment of my life thus far.
Well, I don't know how your inside's doing, but your hair is holding up beautifully. I just gave it a lick and a promise. Did you have it done in Shreveport?
No, I did it myself.
Oh, let me see. I do not want to hear that kind of talk.
Doing my own hair was so odd. I had no idea about the back.
Well, you did a wonderful job. I just smoothed out the rough edges. In fact, I'm gonna need some temporary help while Linnell is away on maternity leave. You interested?
It was just that with so much going on, I didn't know if I'd have time. Would feel like coming by. But this morning I wanted to come here more than anything. Isn't that silly?
No.
Last night, I went into Shelby's closet for something, and do you know what I found? All of our Christmas presents stacked up, wrapped, with her own two hands. I better go.
No.
No, go.
Check the bag.
Perfect. As always. You know, Shelby was right. It does look like a football helmet.
Honey, are you okay? You feeling all right?
Yes. I'm fine. can jog to Texas and back. But my daughter can't. She never could. I'm just so mad. I don't know what to do. I want to know why. I want to know why Shelby's life is over. And how is that baby ever going to know what a wonderful person his mother was? Will he ever know what she went through for him? I don't understand. I wish I could. It is not supposed to happen this way. I am supposed to go first. I have always been ready to go first. I just want to hit somebody until they feel as bad as I do. I want to hit something, and I want to hit it hard.
Here, hit this! Lord, Evelyn! Are you crazy? Hit him! Are you high?
Clary, have you lost your mind?
We can sell t-shirts and I slapped Weezer Boodrow. Hit him! Shoot me down 911! Don't let a beauty stand in the way! Hit him!
Miss Clary, enough!
Hush, Clary! Weezer, this is your chance to help your fellow man. Knock the lights out, Lynn.
Clary, you're gonna piss off God if you're not careful.
Go with me! Well, Lynn, you just missed the chance of a lifetime. Most Jacob and Parrish get the ID to take a whack at Weezer. You are kicked from hell! All right. Hit me then. I deserve it.
Whatever would we do without Clary's own special brand of humor?
Yeah, Clary, you're evil and you must be destroyed.
Darling, Mother Nature's taking care of that faster than you could. Things were getting entirely too serious. Lynn, I'm sorry. We are all entitled to our sorrow.
It was very funny, Clary.
I have to admit, I laughed, even though that wasn't a very Christian thing to do, Miss Clary.
And now, honey, you're going to have to lighten up.
My husband says the same thing.
Lynn, you know how much Lloyd adored Shelby. I bet he got a kick out of that one.
Lloyd did get a lot of enjoyment at my expense when he was alive.
And I am sure he is up there now, showing her around, fixing a speeding ticket.
Shelby was always crazy about Lloyd.
She worshipped the quicksand he walked on. And I'm sure when Shelby got up there, he was very happy to see a familiar face. He was a Louisiana politician. We don't know many people that went to heaven.
Larry!
Weezer, you know I love you more than my luggage.
You are too twisted for color TV.
Thank you.
Well, now that you two have made up, we had better let this woman go. You cannot be a pillar of strength with eye makeup running down your neck.
You go on out there, Miss Malin. We'll be just fine.
Oh. I shouldn't have gone on like I did. I made you all cry. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I hear. Laughter through tears is our favorite emotion.
Maybe it was about time I had an emotional outburst. Maybe I'll start having them at home more often. Drum will be so pleased. I'm glad I came by this morning. Shelby would have had a good time here.
I'm sure she did.
Lynn, tell your family, especially Drum, that they're in my prayers. Yes, and now I pray. There, I've said it. I hope you're satisfied.
all alone.
But don't you go trying to get me to come out to your church, to one of those tent revivals with all those Bible readers doing God only knows what. They'd probably make you eat a live chicken.
You're not on your first visit?
Very good in there. Spoken like a true smart ass.
Malin, Owen wanted me to let you know you're in his thoughts.
I didn't
He's
think you
coming
would.
in on Monday to take me to Shelby's service. That girl would do anything to get us together.
I better go.
Lynn, you promise if you need anything, you call.
And if her line's busy, call me.
Call me. I have call waiting. Just got it.
I will.
Oh, Miss Malin, I don't know if this is the time or the place, but I wanted to tell you that Sammy and I decided that if this is a girl, we'd like to name it Shelby, since she was the reason we met in the first place. If you don't mind.
Oh, mine. Shelby would love that. I'm tickled pink. Pink.
What do you name it if it's a boy?
Shelby, I guess.
That's the way it should be. Life goes on.
Well, Lynn, I know it's hard, but it'll get better. If you ever feel like taking a whack at anything, just come and hit on me. I won't break.
I may take you up on that. You have no idea how wonderful you are.
Of course we do.
That's better.
Thank you.